Hi, this is Vihara. In this video session, we'll discuss about ASP.NET Core folder structure. When you create a new application using ASP.NET Core, so what are the files being added to your Solution Explorer, and what is the importance of each and every file in ASP.NET Core 2.0 version. So when you create a new application in ASP.NET Core framework, and by default it will create these are the files. I have created my first core app. In this particular solution, I will be seeing connected services, dependencies, properties, www root, program.cs, startup.cs. These are the default files which come up with the new project template in ASP.NET Core. And also we can switch this particular files into folder view the look by clicking on this particular button. If you click on this button, you will look at this files as like folder structure. The icons and the things can be changed and give you a look of a folder structure. So this displays the Solution Explorer with all the project folders and the files like below. So this is my first core app is a project name, and this folder I have in bin obj properties www root are the folder names. And my first core app.cs project, this is the project file which is adding in .NET ASP.NET Core 2.0. If you look at ASP.NET Core 1.0, it will not create this CS project file. It uses .xproj and property project.json files to manage the project. But when it comes to an ASP.NET Core 2.0, this has been changed. Visual Studio now uses a CS project file to manage proper projects. We can edit this CS project settings by right clicking on this particular file and open in Visual Studio ID. So when coming to the bin, this is definitely it has libraries, and coming to OBJ, it has similar to bin, it has debug and release mode DLLs and libraries. And coming to the properties not nothing but the kind of settings which related to your project file. The properties node include launch settings. If you expand the properties here, you look at this. I was expanded properties folder, and you can see launch settings.json. This is a JSON file given by this .NET Core application when you create a new application, which includes Visual Studio profile of the debugging settings and runtime settings. These are the settings, the Windows authentication, anonymous authentication, AS Express, and application URL, SSL port number, and this is a profile, and this is my first core application, which I've been given the name as the solution name project name. And this way you will have all profile properties and debug properties of your new project of ASP.NET Core application. So this will be available under the properties window. So now come to the www root. So generally this www root name itself says what means. So the actual root of the web application when running on web server, static files like config.json and other files which are not in www root will never be accessible, and there is no need to create special rules to block access to sensitive files. So .NET Core adds this particular www root folder. This term www root is not new, but it is still being referred in IAS. Having www root file, you can cleanly separate the code files and static files. So if you expand this www root, you will be seeing CSS images and JS and lib. Here also will have a lib folder. These are the static files. CSS and images are the static files, and these are the dynamic code files which comes when you compile the project. That's why we can say that www root is being separating, and folder keeps a clean separation between code files and static files. So these are the static files of my project, CSS and images and JS. And library is a code file. When you compile the project, it will automatically add your assemblies libraries into this particular library. So any files which you want, or any file which gets sent to the browser, need to be included in this folder, like HTML, CSS, or image, or any JavaScript file. Code file should be placed outside of the www root folder. That includes all of C# files and Razor files. So this way, this www root file is giving a giving a benefit to the solution and the project which are going to be creating using ASP.NET Core framework. So this is about www root file. And as I already told you, this program.cs and startup.cs are the default class files which will give you the startup settings on the project of ASP.NET Core and other, the debugging settings. Everything can be specified in this program.cs and startup.cs file. So this is about the ASP.NET Core project file structure. Initially, when you create a new application, you will be getting all these files. So, as I told you, there is no need to check these files or folders in your code repository. A browser maintains these files whenever you restore or retrieve from the package. As I told you, these NuGet packages are having a major role in this ASP.NET Core, where it installs all libraries, and these things can continue to this particular folders when you compile the runtime or you request place in the browser. So this is about the folder structure. Initially, we have an ASP.NET Core project. Hope you understand the files, and the again here favorite icon is similar and index.html is similar like by default, which is adding into your project, and same what we discussed. So hope you understand the folder structure of this ASP.NET Core, and please subscribe this YouTube channel for more videos on this particular ASP.NET Core framework. Thank you.